Hey, what's going on, my good people? We in here. Say hey, 54. What's going on? Y'all see my riders in the building? We riding tonight. We got an update on Felicia, and we covered her. You know, she one of ours. And I'm glad all y'all showed up. Y'all know how we do. Maya Scott in the building, East Mean in the building. Look at Gigi. 4-5. I missed y'all, man. I missed y'all. But we about to be more consistent at the round table. I want y'all to know that. Because when we gone for a long time, y'all be on my ass, like when is the next round table? you know? But we do a lot of work behind the scenes, and then y'all know Boss and John, they got their own channels. So they got their own thing going on. But I'm glad y'all here. We ride. Big Steak in the building, Miss Sweets. I see my smoke sisters in here. I knew y'all was coming, man. Lovely in the building. I missed y'all too, Miss Wanda. Gigi said I'll be gone too long. Well, Gigi, you gotta join the members only, because we go live a lot behind the scenes. Hey, Latoya, Tosh. I see y'all, man. I'm glad y'all showed up. Y'all showed up for Felicia. This ain't about me. This about Felicia, man. And we got to bring y'all the details, because there's an update in the case. And again, I'm glad y'all here. Say 804 in here. I see y'all, man. Drama free. East Mean, I would love to have you up on Speak Your Piece, if you don't mind. I would love to have you up here. But we ain't gonna try to hold y'all too long tonight, but y'all know how we get. Like I said, it's about Felicia. And we want to go over the details, and we want to give y'all the update. So, y'all ready to get to the round table? Y'all ready? Come on, y'all. Ride with me to the round table. Welcome to the round table. We back, y'all.
There we go.
Back.
Here we
got
go.
Boss up here sitting with me. John sitting with me.
What's happening? What's good, man? It's been a long time.
Yes, it has been.
Yeah, man.
It has been. Welcome, everyone.
Glad to be back. Glad to be back. For real.
Yeah, we
breaking down the doors to get up in here tonight. Look out.
Real talk.
Good to see everyone.
Hope everybody doing good. Most definitely, man.
Like I said, we missed y'all, but once we got this update on Felicia, we went to work behind the scenes. It was important, because I know for sure, me and Boss, we covered Felicia's case when it first happened.
Yes.
And so, we was all over this update, all over it, and it's we got to get to the bottom of it. I know some of y'all have kept up with the case. Some of y'all is new to y'all. Some of it, some of y'all don't know about the case, but she's one of ours. And this is our way of keeping her name alive.
Most definitely.
Indeed.
Salute, Chris. 4-5. Yeah.
people
We here.
busting up in here tonight.
Yeah.
Big Steak, Lisa Taylor, Chris Wignall, Miss 45, Latoya Slater, Tamika Ward,
Shout out to
Teron
everybody,
Herring.
man.
My goodness, East Means is in the building.
Carla in the building. Carla is beautiful. She showed Wiz. Got my sisters in here.
Yeah.
Got my
The Smoke Sisters.
you know, absolutely. But y'all, tonight it's all about her. It's all about her. So
Absolutely.
this is what we've been behind the scenes doing, breaking down the details. And so I'm sure most of y'all are familiar with the case. Do we have anybody in here who's not?
Yeah, those that are familiar with the case, type of 1. Those that are not familiar regarding the case, type of 2. Let's see how many people we got that's been following this case, because the update is absolutely extraordinary.
Yes.
So we got some 1s coming up.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
And if you're not familiar with it, we definitely gonna bring you up to speed as quick as possible.
Because we got some tools in here. Houdini, Gigi. Okay, so let's bring them up to speed. Let's start with that.
All right. Here we go.
The urgent search for a missing woman. It's been more than a week since 24-year-old Felicia Johnson disappeared.
Her family says that she was last seen at CoverGirls nightclub near the Beltway in 290 in Northwest Houston, and they believe she could be in danger. KPRC2's Rochelle Turner is live at Bear Creek Park, an area that volunteers have searched. Rochelle?
Christine, this morning, volunteers used search dogs to look around this area behind me. This is Eldridge Parkway. But today I spoke to Felicia's father, and he says he now has the FBI involved.
My daughter, I love you, and I'm just praying for her safe return.
Kevin Johnson says the past few days have been a nightmare. He flew from California to search for his daughter, Felicia.
Empty, helpless, angry, impatient, just waiting for answers.
The 24-year-old celebrated a birthday earlier this month and was last seen at the CoverGirls nightclub on West Little York Road. Johnson says his daughter tried getting a job at the nightclub and was turned down. He says she got into a car with a man and no one has heard from her. Johnson went to the nightclub to speak to the manager, but was told to leave.
I think they have something to do with it. I think they have some kind of arrangement with these men to abduct these girls that come from out of state.
Johnson hired a private investigator, and family members found Felicia's phone covered in blood on Eldridge Parkway near Bear Creek Park, just minutes away from the nightclub.
I think it could have been from her fingernail or something from a struggle or something like that.
Texas EquiSearch even spent the morning searching where Felicia's phone was discovered. Kevin says he's trying to stay strong and prays his daughter is found safe.
I just need some kind of information about something.
And Kevin tells us that his daughter was an inspiring model and she loved hair. If you know anything about this case or know where Felicia may be, you're asked to call Houston Police. Reporting live, I'm Rochelle Turner, KPRC 2 News.
So that was just to give you guys a little backstory, right? But Felicia Johnson, she was from San Diego and she went to Houston, Texas to celebrate her birthday. And then y'all heard the news clip. They said that she went to a place called CoverGirls, which is a strip club, and she was there looking for a job. But they claimed that they denied her the job and she left. And nobody seen her after that. That's the story that they gave us when it first came out.
Right.
So this is the story that we ran with.
Yep.
Because these were the only details that they gave us.
Yeah, and after more information came out, it had you like, huh? So,
right.
You know how we do it over here. We dig and dig and dig and go for the details, and then we look for where we can find facts.
Right.
And we're gonna bring that to you shortly.
Yeah, we definitely are. You know, but like even when I listened to her father talk, like every time I heard him speak, it made me feel some kind of way because at that moment he had no idea what was going on with his daughter.
Right.
You know, and as a father, I couldn't imagine. As a mother, I couldn't imagine, but just to know that, you know, her dad was out here speaking. And one of the things, fellas, that struck me as odd is that we never heard from her mother.
Yes.
So
Yes.
like, is her mom in the picture, or like I didn't really understand what was going on with that because he was the one out in the spotlight looking for his daughter.
That's very weird to me as well. I definitely agree because mom. A kid will love their mom and their dad, but it's weird not to hear from the mother if her kid is missing. That's just super
Right.
weird for me.
Right. Eastmean says she is not. She is not what? Yeah, usually 4-5. Yeah, like usually it's the mother, you know. And this ain't no knock on the fellas, you know, but usually that's what it is, you know. And then we seen cases where the mother and the father, whether they were together or not, they stood together
Right.
when something was going on with their child.
Just like Shanquella.
Right.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely,
Yep.
same thing. But in this case, all we heard from was Mr. Kevin. And again, you know, he went with the story that his daughter went to Cover Girls and then was never seen again. And one of the things that I asked the guys up here at the table, I'm like, well, who gave him that story?
Right. And just listening to the news article, as y'all just heard yourself, the father got a private investigator. And
Right,
my assumption is maybe the investigator gave him that information.
right.
Because when we get to the police report, you're going to see something a little different.
A little different.
For real.
It hit a little different, you know, when we dug into that police report, you know. But again, they told us that she went to Cover Girls, she left and was not seen again. So, and then they also told us that her phone was found. And we knew that in the beginning. That came out in the very beginning. Her phone was found.
Right.
So I think it's about time, you know, we get to the map work.
To the map work. Let's do some map work. You ready, John?
I'm ready.
Let's do some map work, people.
Let's go to.
So John is going to take us to Cover Girls, you know, and then we're going to go from there. John, he got us. Know that.
Here we go.
And like I said, Cover Girls, it's a strip club. And what's crazy about this is the fact that even though Lovely, yeah, you're right. Maybe he's a single dad. And we got some extraordinary men out here like that. I tip my hat to him. You know, but like I said, Cover Girls is a strip club. And supposedly she went there looking for a job. This is the strip club right here. And I know they told us, wasn't it something about they didn't have cameras outside, but they had cameras inside?
Correct.
Correct.
That didn't make sense to me. Not at no strip club.
None. And we heard a different story from Cornell X as well, and from the father. But
Right.
we'll get to that.
Yeah, we definitely gonna get to that. But Cover Girls is located in Houston. And like I said, she was down there celebrating her birthday. But what we soon, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I was just gonna actually say, when you say, she was there to celebrate her birthday, but she was there to work at the same time. That threw me for a loop.
Absolutely. Because I was like, okay, so she's there just to celebrate her birthday, but she looking for a job.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. To me, that sounds like the actions of somebody that was like trying to move there. But you got to think about this profession too. Strippers, you can go anywhere, you
Right.
know, and strip. They got amateur night. Hell, I can pull up somewhere and pop in there. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's just how it works in that profession. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe that's what they meant, but we don't know for sure. But that's what they gave us in the beginning. And when they told us that there was cameras on the inside, but not the outside, I was like, wait, what? Wait a minute. That don't make sense to me. I would
Right.
think that they would have cameras on the outside, if nothing else.
You think
Right.
they would. You think they would.
But
This building that's located off of Hempstead Road, right off of a major route, you'd think they would have cameras out here in every way, shape, or form. But if you notice the building, it doesn't even have any windows. This is an open parking lot that's 360 degrees around the building. Now, we've checked this parking lot for cameras, cell phone towers, and everything. And as we go around the building, you could see from the side of it, there's no windows. An exclusive club that's right off of one of the main conduits, right off the highway. As we approach the back of the business, and I'll take you around it real quick, you'll see that this is a very exclusive, inclusive club.
right.
Which makes sense.
Right. Yeah, it
You know,
does.
what's going on in the inside shouldn't be seen from the outside.
Right.
Correct.
And a lot of strip clubs are like that. Absolutely.
And it's
You know,
all being,
they don't want nobody walking past sneaking a peek.
Yeah. And if they did have
everything.
windows, they probably would have tinted them black if they did have windows.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah.
till we get back to the front, where there's parking all the way around the building. We searched for external cameras,
Right.
and this club is very exclusive. Just the way it sits right off of one of the main highways here, Hempstead Road. It leads out towards various different parts of this location. But this is the Cover Girls business right here. Mhm.
Yep. And like I said, in the beginning, this is where they told us she was. And then they said from there that she called an Uber. This was the story, y'all. That she called an Uber from there. That they denied her a job. She went in there looking for a job. They denied her. And she called her an Uber. And supposedly the Uber was taking too long. So she jumped into a vehicle with an unknown person. And then they never seen her again. But when we got the police report, that's not the truth.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get the truth. Because in the police report, first and foremost, it mentions nothing about Cover Girls. Nothing. Because I remember when this story first broke, Bossman, you might remember this too. I was like, well, I mean, who was the unknown man? Like, why? I mean, where did she go?
Right. And if she did call an Uber, right, that, like we said, wasn't put in the police report. They didn't have that, like for our phone records. We didn't see none of that.
Right.
And of course, the days are different from where everything really went down at. And we don't get into that.
Right. That's right. But what we learned in the police report is that she was actually staying at a hotel called Intercontinental Hotel.
Right. Nice hotel.
Nice. Real nice. 4-star. And John got it up here on the map for y'all.
Now, that would be some place that you would probably kick back on your birthday.
Right.
You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It was nice. It was real nice. So she was doing it, she was doing it big. But one of the things that confused me also about it, look, I mean, it's a very nice hotel. And I just when we heard the story that she came there for her birthday, I'm thinking, I mean, I know I got my ladies in the chat, we travel in packs, especially for our birthday. And it was like, why didn't we hear about, they didn't tell us about no friends, no who is she with, no nothing. So we were led to believe that she was all by herself.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, they, in the police report, they told us that this is where she was staying. This hotel right here.
So she had to come up there with some money. She had money when she got there because she's pretty sure she paid a pretty penny for this room. And one thing I wish we did have was like the check-in and check-out, the check-in, at least the check-in information.
Yep. Because those were details that they did not give us.
Right.
We don't have it. Now, her dad may have it. I mean, I'm sure they got it. You can't tell me they don't have it.
Oh, most definitely.
But they didn't give it to us. The public, we ain't got it.
Because remember, she got there on the 13th.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she didn't really make a move until the next day on the 14th. Later on that evening, getting close to the 15th.
Right. And so when we get into the police report told us that she was there at this hotel. And then at about, and this was on the day of the 15th, going into the 16th. And at 12:28 a.m., which would be the 16th, she posted an ad on some dating site.
Right.
And if I'm not mistaken, it was called skipthegame.com.
Correct.
So she posts this ad at about 12:28, just shortly after midnight. And then at some point she starts to communicate with a guy by the name of Nawabado. African. Okay. He's an African male. And in the police report, they told us that the conversation was about $500. That's what they kept telling us.
Yep.
So, I mean, what y'all think, I mean, yeah.
I mean, one of the articles did pretty much was blunt about it.
Yeah.
But we want to respect her and all that. So,
but it is what it is.
It is what it is. You're right.
You know what I mean? So she put herself on this dating site or dating app, and this Nawabado, he responded. This guy right here. Let me show y'all. Him. He responded. So she started communicating back and forth with him. And they set up an agreement or set up an arrangement to meet. And again, there was talk of $500. Now, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, ladies, and like I said, this ain't no knock on Felicia, but the details, the devil's in the details. It is what it is. They didn't tell us what the conversation was about, but they mentioned $500.
Absolutely.
So was this just like a meetup? I mean, was this about sex? What was the $500 for? That's what I wanted to know.
Remember, she posted an ad.
Yes.
So, and then $500 came up.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Would you say 2 + 2 is 4, man?
2 + 2 = 4.
All day.
All day. All day, every day. But like I said, this guy responded and she started communicating with him. And we even know that at some point he went to the ATM and withdrew $500. He did it in 2 parts. He withdrew $300 and then he withdrew $200.
Right.
But it was a total of $500. He went and got the money. And so what we know after that is at 2:47 in the morning, and we're still talking the 16th, early on the 16th, at 2:47, he ordered an Uber for her. And again, she's staying at this hotel right here. He ordered an Uber, and at 2:56, the Uber pulled up to get her from that hotel. John, can you drop down in front of the hotel?
I believe I can.
Just me, Cat. It is. It's a dangerous game, baby. You know?
There we go.
And what we also learned from the police report is that the fact that Nawabado ordered the Uber, he was able to send her a screenshot of what the car looked like.
Right.
And you got to understand too, when you're dealing with Uber, you tracking the vehicle. Understand that.
That's right.
He was able to track the vehicle. He sent her a picture of the car that he knew was coming to pick her up.
Was it this one right here?
Absolutely. The Porsche. That Porsche pulled up, and police said that they got her on surveillance leaving that hotel at 2:56 in the morning. It's a dangerous game. This is a dangerous game. But what we know is that after that Uber picked her up, the Uber then took her to Wind Chase Apartments. And we're going to show y'all on the map. He had that Uber take her to Wind Chase. And so, you know, just with that detail, you would think like, oh, well, he must live there.
Right.
He had the Uber bringing her to him. But
that's not what happened.
That ain't the case. But we're going to show y'all where Wind Chase is from that hotel.
Now let me ask you this, 54, you know, as a woman, you know, would you have questioned, before we even get deeper, would you have questioned why he couldn't come pick her up? If you were her, would you question that?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, because I don't want to be fooling with nobody without no car. You know, that right there would be, you know, like what? You ain't got no, I mean, do you not have a car or what we doing? You know,
right.
But when you look at the distance, that could have had something to do with it. Maybe he didn't want to drive that far. And it was easier for him just to have the Uber. You know what I mean?
Right. You see what Drama Free say?
What's she say? He was
He
planning
was
this mess the whole time. Drama Free, I'm telling you, me and Bossman, we were back and forth back here. Because it all so calculated from the very start.
Yep.
From the very start, he was on one. He was on something. And it didn't feel right from the very start. Because what we later learned is that he does have a vehicle.
Yep.
He driving a Nissan. A 2009 Nissan. I mean, Honda Accord. I'm sorry. So he driving, but he didn't go pick her up. He sent the Uber for her. That bothers me. And so how long did it take to get from the hotel to Wind Chase? I was about to say take out Cover Girls.
Yeah.
Nobody does this not work like John. I'm telling you.
He cold with it, ain't he?
Go with it.
So it took what, about 30 minutes? Thought it was like 38 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess that could be a reason he didn't want to drive that far, you know. And I think just like Shamina said, Houston is huge. Yes, it is.
Right. So yeah, 30 minutes.
Right
So
there.
absolutely. So when he had her picked up at the hotel, she was then taken to Wynn Chase Hamlet Apartments. But understand this, when she got there, he was already there. He was waiting on her. He was already parked there when the Uber pulled up with her. And that's why they had surveillance of her getting out of the Uber, walking into Wynn Chase Apartments. That's why they said they was able to catch her, because the Uber pulled up out front of Wynn Chase. She got out and had to walk inside the apartments to get to Nawabado's car, to jump into that Honda. But then here's the problem. When she got there, he drove off with her and took her to another apartment complex. See, that's what I'm saying. It was just red flags from the start. Because my thing is this. Why would you have the Uber take her somewhere that you're not even staying? What was the purpose of that, fellas? What y'all thinking? Why would y'all do it?
I'm on some grimy mess.
Yeah.
I'm on some grimy mess. I'm trying not to be seen for a reason.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so they go from Wynn Chase to an apartment complex called the Link Apartments. And we're going to show you on the map. And it's very, very close. We talking 6 minutes away. So again, why would he have the Uber take her there first?
Exactly. When it's 6 minutes from where he's actually located.
Absolutely. It don't make sense. And one of the questions that I posed to the fellas, I said, I mean, do y'all think this was planned? Because at first, I kind of went back and forth with it, but when you started to break down the details, I mean, how can you see it any other way? I mean, how can you see it any other way?
Yeah. Being that we know what happened, it's a lot of things that happen afterwards that make me like, well, maybe something went wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So without the details that we found out later, I would say yes, this was planned.
Right.
But,
right.
We'll get to the details and we'll see what y'all think.
And the difference between the Wynn Chase Hamlet Apartments to the Link Apartments is 6 minutes. 6 minutes. So he was laying in wait for Felicia here at the Wynn Chase. He knew that already based upon the Uber app on his phone.
Right.
When you order a car off of your phone, that phone has an app.
Absolutely.
So since he was paying for it,
Absolutely.
he could track her, time her, distance and time, not too far from Wynn Chase Apartments all the way to where she was going to be dropped off. Once she was dropped off, he's sitting right there.
He was already waiting on her.
He was already waiting on her 4 minutes before she was dropped off.
And understand this. Let me give y'all this detail from the police report. In the police report, his ID, his license was registered to Wynn Chase Hamlet Apartments.
Correct.
He lived there before. I think it was from like November of 2017 to March of 2020. He was living there.
Correct.
So he had the Uber take her to his old place because his ID had that address on it from Wynn Chase. But then understand this, his car was registered to the Link Apartments.
Right.
He thought he was slick. And I tell y'all all the time, watch the movement. Y'all been following me long enough to know we got to watch the movement. We got to watch him move, man. And he was moving real funny, real funny. And you had to ask the question, why? For what? That's insane. Hey, Blue Devil. Mama J said to get her behind closed doors. Charlene said premeditated. That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. There's intent here because if he's got her designated to go here via Uber, and then he's there to pick her up to take her out of the Uber, convince her to go into his car, and then go to a different location, which is the Link Apartments, which is an entirely separate apartment complex.
Absolutely.
Not too far, 6 minutes away, right off of Route 6 of this area. You know, he had in mind to do something different.
He didn't want, he was trying not to be tricked.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I know I got a lot of ladies in the chat, you know, when you got to the Wind Chase Apartments and then realized, okay, this guy don't even live here, he taking me somewhere else, what would you be thinking?
Right.
Instantly, I would have been like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I would have hit him with the wait a minute. Where we going? Why? I mean, because these questions would have been, you know, running through my mind. Why would, because I would be thinking, why would you bring me here only to take me somewhere else?
Correct. Now you
could
think about, was that the conversation in the car?
Right.
On the way there.
Yep. Because when they pulled up to the Link Apartments, they got there at 3:51. 3:51 a.m. And at 3:55, her phone pinged from those apartments. So she's there. So she went to those apartments for sure. We know that. And within what we do know from the police report, it says that at 4:54, which is an hour later, Nwabado is seen leaving the apartment. He's leaving now. And she's not with him. And y'all want to know where he went? To dump her phone. Dump her phone. So in my mind, within that hour, she was already, it was already bad business.
Yeah. Yep.
And it only took an hour. Come on, ladies, we got to do better. It only took an hour. At 4:54, he left there and went and dumped her phone. And what we know is that her phone was found near Bear Creek Park. And her phone, there was a phone ping at 5:12. And it makes sense. We about to show you on the map. From the Link Apartments to where they found her phone. So he's already dumping her stuff come 5 o'clock. This is a sad situation. Angel, I don't know. I want to know what happened in an hour. Something happened because, you know, and we're going to show y'all where they found the phone first. So from the Link Apartments to Bear Creek, straight up 6, Highway 6.
Highway 6, correct. And her phone was found between Clay Road and North Eldridge Parkway. So let me just stretch this here, tab it, and bring us down to this area. Now this is an intersection here, right off North Eldridge, and you can see the terrain. It's got no highway lights, nothing. And hence the intersection is right here.
Right.
Between Clay and North Eldridge.
This is where they found her phone.
Correct.
And not only that, her purse was not too far from it.
Mm-hmm.
So at this very moment, he's dumping her belongings. So I see somebody in here said somebody's being judgmental or whatever, but I see things for what it is. I consider myself a realist. It is what it is. And whatever happened, we don't know why he did what he did, but whatever happened, it only took an hour. I don't know if when she got there, he was expecting sex and maybe that wasn't part of the agreement. I don't know. We don't know that part. But what we do know is that it only took an hour. And she had to be deceased at that point because he was able to leave with her belongings.
Absolutely. That's correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't understand. How else can you see it?
However, the funny thing about these intersections, especially during the time of what we would call heightened awareness,
Mm-hmm.
We've done something wrong. We got to get rid of, of evidence or whatever have you. The thing about Nubowadu, I think that I'll call him
Nwabadu. Yeah.
Nubowadu, whatever his name is that he didn't realize that there was a camera here that would pick up this particular location where her phone was found. He didn't think about that.
Right. He didn't. He couldn't have. You know what I mean?
No way.
Because if the movement is to suggest that he's trying to cover up something, you ain't trying to cover up nothing under some cameras. Really?
Mm-hmm.
He had no idea. I think he went into cover your ass mode real quick. That's what it sounded like to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then what we know is that he left the apartment at 4:54, and then he returned. So he left at 4:54, and then the phone pinged at 5:12, and at 5:38 he's caught on camera going back to the Link Apartments, going back into the Link Apartments. So his only purpose for leaving was to dump her stuff. That was it. He went back to the Link Apartments at 5:38. Now, one of the things that we found in the police report was that when they described the scene, they told us that they gave us, they was telling us like where they found all this blood evidence, and we're gonna show y'all a picture here in a minute. But it just was a gruesome scene, y'all. It was.
Yeah.
It was. And matter of fact, when we got the layout for the apartment, what we found is that most of the blood was found in the bedroom. Most of the blood was found in the bedroom. And then there was, blood in the hallway and then blood in the bathroom. This is the layout of the apartment.
Correct.
So what that told me was the attack happened in the bedroom. I mean, 2 + 2 = 4.
That was all day.
So again, we don't know why he did what he did. We don't know. Miss Sweet said, yeah, she must be new. Bless her little heart. Bless her little heart. She new around here. My riders know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know how we get down over here. Yeah, she knew. She'll learn. She gonna learn today. Okay. We don't that negative energy. We don't do that in here. We don't do that. So if that's what you coming with, we don't even need you in here. That's where we at with it. This is about Felicia. I know my riders on her. My night riders in here. They on the move, and y'all know what to do. Simple as that. So, but anyway, so yeah, so most of the blood was in the bedroom. Now we know he went back to the apartment, and he got back to the apartment at 5:38. At 8:14, let me show you. At 8:14, he made a trip to Home Depot. Now understand this. Don't forget, he only dumped her stuff, so she's still in the apartment. At 8:14, he went to Home Depot. And the first trip that he took, because he took multiple trips, but the first trip that he took was to Home Depot. And I was about to say, John, I think you had that on the map too.
See if I can get there. And go to Home Depot.
Yep. And while you're doing that, his first trip to Home Depot, when he got there, he went to buy some gloves. Some latex gloves.
Right. And with the items that he bought, you know what we talked about, like as being the clerk.
Right.
Being the clerk of ringing somebody up and buying these type of items, like what would you be thinking at this point?
Absolutely. He cleaning up. He cleaning up. But like I said, he went to Home Depot. I was about to say, John, did you have the first one? Because I know it's one right near the Link Apartments. Like,
yeah,
almost like
right
across the street.
It's right across the street. You know, not far from the apartment complex, as we've drawn it out here. It's Home Depot right here.
Say drop down. Say drop down. Okay.
Drop down. That's it. So we can get back in front of it because we're in the back area where the Home Depot is. A couple of minutes away.
Yeah, it was almost like literally like right across the street from the Link Apartments.
Yeah. Home Depot.
And like I said, he went and bought gloves. That's what he needed from there. Some gloves. So after going to Home Depot, getting these gloves, at 10:12, y'all, 10:12, so about 2 hours later, he had to go to the emergency room. He had to go to they said a medical clinic. So I took that to mean like an urgent care type of thing. But what we know is that he went and sought medical treatment for a cut on his hand. Now, we know he had a gun. We know he had a gun. But when we talked about all the blood that was in the bedroom, that to me wasn't, we didn't hear anything about gunshots or anything like that. So I assumed, and this was just my opinion, that she was stabbed. That, and it caused all this blood. I mean, what else? I mean, fellas, y'all, I mean, what else could it be?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's in cleanup mode.
Cleanup mode.
Yep.
And at 10:12, he had to go and get his hand treated. He told the people at the medical clinic that he cut his hand opening up some boxes. You know, so I don't know if it was like a razor blade or, you know, or whatever it is he used on her. It caused a lot of bloodshed, a lot.
And just to think of what he did use on her, there were certain items of purchase that day that made it all the more suspicious. Like
Yes.
there was a handsaw
Yep.
that
This is
he
what,
had purchased.
absolutely. This is what he bought first. This exact brand.
Watch this.
The exact brand. It was called Power Tooth.
Yep.
They called it a pruning saw. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't even know what that was. I didn't know what that was. The fellas, y'all might have, you know, but I didn't know what this was. But this was the brand. This was what he went and bought after he went and got his hand fixed. So what y'all think he doing? Anybody? What y'all think he doing?
Yeah.
Then he went and bought a flashlight. He then went to Walmart. He was on the move, y'all, that morning. He was on the move. And like I said, he started with this. And then later on that day, guess what? He went back and bought
He went back. He went back.
Went back and bought this. A reciprocating saw. Really? Come on, man. Y'all, we know what he's doing. We know what he's doing. And guess what? This right here wasn't powerful enough to complete the job. Know that.
Exactly.
It wasn't enough. Which is why he ended up going to get this. He needed something with power. I mean, like I said, again, 2 + 2 = 4. And then not only that, he went and got all that, and then he went and got about 80 bags, garbage bags.
Yes, he did.
Come on, man. Come on, man. We know what he's doing. We know what he's doing. Like I said, he was on the move that day. And when and then let me tell y'all this. Let me give y'all this detail from the police report. We know at 10:12, he went and got treatment for his hand. At 10:30, Felicia's father had one of their friends. I think they said it was the girlfriend of the cousin. Somebody they sent out there to find her phone. They did the whole what's that? Because I ain't no iPhone. You know, it was like like the Find My app or Find My Phone.
Right.
A friend was the one who found her phone at 10:30 that morning. And understand this. This was a part that kind of threw me a little bit, you know, and me and John and we were talking about it. And I was like, well, why was they alarmed so early? Like, I don't know why, you know, I was just like, well, you know, she grown. You know, as grown people, we didn't have our parents call our phone. Sometimes I don't answer, you know. But they were alarmed so early that when they checked the Find My iPhone, they sent somebody that was already down in Houston to go get it.
Right. And we talked about this, and I had a similar situation happen in my life, but what I felt what happened was, being that she's in this type of business, she was in contact with a friend. And I feel like that friend was her friend in San Diego, who was actually supposed to go with her. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I think what she did was, hey, I got this lick. I'm finna go get this paper. If you don't hear from me, you know what to do. This is something that they probably always did.
Right.
And when she reached out to her and couldn't contact her, she began to worry. She's like, you know what? Let me go ahead and reach out to her folk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I felt like they got alarmed, because it's no secret what she was doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they knew to an extent of what she was doing, but if if you go to certain of her social media pages, you'll see it's obvious.
Right.
So I think that's why the red flags or the alarm raised in the family so fast. It's my opinion.
And you could be right. You could be right. It was just one of the things that, I was just kind of like, wait, I mean, if my mom called me tonight and I don't answer, she ain't coming to look for me. You understand? Like, because, I might be asleep. I might be, back here with y'all, and just didn't answer the phone. But it was just like they were alarmed so fast. They started to move real fast, which was good in the grand scheme of things. It was good because when the friend went and found the phone had blood on it.
Right.
Know that. That was a detail that we needed. The phone had blood on it. And then I showed y'all the picture of the layout. So again, it was one of them things, that made me feel like, oh, okay, well, that's why he started dumping her stuff. She was already in bad shape when he left that house, y'all.
Yeah, I definitely feel like she was already dead.
Yeah.
And as you can see from the Link Apartments here, where he lived, right to the Home Depot, which is directly across the street.
Yep.
West Oaks Plaza Drive. All he had to do is go from here out the complex, across the street, and enter Home Depot to make those purchases.
Yep. And then one of the things that we can't forget is that he went to multiple stores. He went to 2 different Home Depots. He went to Walmart. He's buying stuff. I mean, y'all seen it. He's buying stuff to clean up.
We go down 6, not very far from his complex. But we can track and trace how far Walmart is. It's right here.
Yep. He moving real funny. Yeah, because that was like within 10 minutes?
Yeah.
The apartment.
Very close by.
He's on the move.
Very close by.
And then let me find. So like I said, we know what he's doing. We know what he on right now. Yeah, he in and out. They even got him on surveillance checking out. So they got evidence. Absolutely. They got a lot of evidence against him. Now, one of the other questions that I had that bothered me, it did bother me, because I was like, well, when did he have time to dump the body?
Right.
You understand what I mean? Like, we was like, when did he dump the body? But then when we got into the police report, and I'm gonna see if I can find hold on one second. Let me share my screen real quick. Hold on one second, John.
Okay.
What we found, because again, that was one of the questions that I had. Now, we know that all of this was going on April the 16th, right? But, and then we know we just went over his movement on the 16th, early morning of the 16th and the 17th. But here, matter of fact, let me see. Do I need to blow it up a little bit more for y'all? Can y'all see it? Okay, there we go. On April the 21st, well, let's back up. On April the 20th, he's doing Google searches now. And the first Google search, it says, Can bleach destroy DNA? Again, we just showed y'all he cleaning up. And this was done on the 20th. So this is what? 4 days after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
After the fact. So we know he's cleaning up. And then on the 21st, he was looking for most forested area part of Houston. Let me tell y'all what this search told me.
Mm-hmm.
He still had her body and he was trying to find somewhere to put her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise, why search for that on the 21st, 5 days later? So you mean to tell me she was in that apartment for 5 days? At least 5. And then it goes back to when we saw he bought flashlight. You know, it's dark out there. And like I told John and them, you can't tell. He wasn't doing this in broad daylight. He was moving around on demon time.
Yep, just like somebody just put that in the chat right here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm riding with you, baby. He on demon time right now.
Demon time.
That's it. And then, and so, you know, there was a gap in his searches, but then on the 27th, he's asking how to delete history completely.
So to me, I think he's gotten rid of the body by now.
Yeah, she gone now. Yeah.
Now it's time to get rid of the evidence that can be digitally traced.
Absolutely. Absolutely, boss.
Yep.
That's what he's doing. And then don't forget, he's communicating with her through they did find out that Felicia had a Google number that he was sending stuff to. But he's communicating with her, you know, through email. I think one was, they said, was it Snapchat?
Yes, Snapchat.
So he's trying to erase everything. How can I erase all of this? And then look what the day after, look, on April the 28th, how to be a serial killer. Really?
If that ain't the stupidest search you could have did.
Oh, man. What you say, boss was like, now understand this. I want to know what would have popped up.
For real.
Like,
For real.
Is there information online to tell you how to be a serial killer? Really? Now I will say this, because y'all know how we do over here, and me, my, you know, boss, John, let me tell y'all something. If somebody find my phone, I got some explaining to do. I got all kind of casework in my phone.
Right.
You understand what I mean? I got some explaining to do. But he's looking up how to be a serial killer. And then not only that, one of the things boss you brought up when he said the cheapest places to live in the world for $1,000 a month.
For $1,000 a month.
Yep.
At that point, I'm thinking, like, what do he do for a living?
Yep.
Because, you know, the apartment complex that he lived in looked pretty nice.
Yeah.
But now he can't go back to whatever job he had, because he know he has to be on the move now.
Correct.
Yep, on the move.
So now he's looking for a place where he can live for $1,000 a month. Does that mean he got some source of income that's guaranteed to come in? Or he just banking on he's going to get another job? Which, if you get another job, you can't use your information, bro.
Right. That's right. And so I'm with you, boss. I'm like, because we didn't hear nothing about no job.
Nope.
Where he working at? They didn't tell us none of that.
Nope.
But it seemed like, I mean, he out here paying for sex. He out here paying for stuff. So he got some money. Where is it coming from?
Where is it coming from?
You know, where is it coming from? You know? Then he searched how to get away with murder, how to kill without getting caught, you know, those kinds of things. And then 2 days later, look, April the 30th, Houston escorts. He's looking for more women. Ladies. Ladies. He's looking for more women. Now, understand this, and I'm gonna stop sharing. But understand this. He's looking for more women. He ain't learned his lesson. He's still going with this. Okay.
Right.
Y'all have to understand that on May the 13th, they pulled him over. They pulled him over. The police did. And they went through his phone. Do y'all know that they found 3 other pictures of deceased people in his phone? It's a game to him. So my thought was, I mean, is he killing these women and then taking pictures of them? Did the police not find this odd? I'm confused by that. And when they pulled him over, which was I believe it was May the 13th, when they pulled him over, John, I know we had the address on the map. Still in the area of his apartments.
Now,
I was so confused by that.
One detail we don't want to leave out, because I don't want to leave it out because it's almost, we can't guarantee it was of victims because it was screenshots.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they couldn't find no metadata from those pictures except from whoever and whenever the screenshot was taken.
Right.
So it's just like what 54 says. Somebody found her phone. She got all like, these cases that she's working, and people see these dead people. They're like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And if
I got some explaining to them.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
They found my phone. I'm a suspect.
So they're looking like, what the heck did you do? But yeah, I mean, we can't say he killed those people.
Plus, he was a YouTuber. He got a channel. We might be missing something.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what I mean? Because I got stuff in my phone. Boss, I know you got stuff in your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got stuff in your phone. Don't be up here laughing like you don't.
On my computer and everything. For real, I do.
You know. But
so you can see from the map his primary drive location is Route 6.
Mm-hmm.
From his apartment, you had the Walmart. From his apartment, you had the Home Depot. From his apartment, when the police pulled him over, it was right here. On Westheimer Road, not very far off of Route 6. So when they pulled him over, gather here, drop down, see what's there.
Miss Tina, you funny. She said YouTubers should get a pass. She said I need to clean out my phone too. But it's the truth though, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just what we do. You know, it's what we do.
Right.
Fire Mama said she want to stay single. I ain't mad at you, man. We got to be careful. We got to be careful. Because these type of men, they lurking. They lurking on these dating sites, these chat rooms and things like that. They lurking.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
And it was somebody asked, was this his first I'm sorry, I forgot who said it, but was this his first rodeo? I don't think it was. I don't think it was. No. And that's just my opinion, though. I don't know for sure, but that's just my opinion. I don't think it was.
You remember what it said in the case, the report, saying that somebody tried to take his money or something like that?
Yes. He ended up, there was another case against him. Well, the police had to talk to him. They come across a lady who told them that he tried to rape her, but she got away.
Right.
But when he spoke to the police, he told them that he went and got some money out of the ATM. I think it was $150. He said she took his money and ran. So he chased her down, right? But they was like doing stuff in the car. So he been on this. He picking up process.
Yeah.
And he paying for it. He's enticing us, the women, with the money.
Yep. And somebody said earlier, something that we discussed, maybe he got family that's sending him money. You know,
Yep.
those Africans
He said
got
that.
money.
Yep.
So if he got guaranteed money, and somebody said he may be getting disability, and I'm not saying a 28-year-old man can't get disability, but
Right.
he getting it from somewhere. From
He
somewhere.
getting the money from somewhere. And he's using it to buy women.
Yep.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, ladies, because I can't control what y'all do, but all money ain't good money. All money ain't good money, man. And I just be careful. If that's what you out here on, be careful, man.
When you can take a look at this, it's a Link Apartments, right? Right there.
Yeah.
This is where he is. Now, that young lady that he met up with for $150.
Yeah.
Picks her up and he takes her not very far from where he lives at the Link Apartments.
He pulled off in a dead end. Yep.
In a dead end, right off of Summit Valley Drive. And he pulls up into this location here where this young lady, according to the police report, coins the address and takes her here.
Yep.
Not very far. So we have someone that has developed some kind of psychological reasoning, if you will, of himself. This is a narcissist. If I can do this,
absolutely,
I can do it anywhere. I can do it anywhere, anyway, anyhow, with anyone.
Right.
And I don't have to be as far away from where I'm doing it.
Right.
Because this is right here. This is his ego saying that he can do it with a young lady that he just met and started talking to. She gets in his car. He takes her over here in a dead-end area, not very far from his apartment, and thinks he's going to get whatever he's going to get.
Right. Look what Have You Seen This podcast said. She said, look how ugly he is. That's why he got to pay for it.
Yeah, he got to pay for it.
So he ain't got no other choice. That's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible.
So when you can see, his boldness in doing what he's doing from his apartment complex, because he moved here after March 31st.
Right.
You see? So April 1st, he's got a new lease with the Link Apartments, and he's out there online. That's how he met Felicia, online.
Right.
See?
Oh, man. So
when it was this close, he said, okay, well, my goodness, I couldn't have it any better. And this is that first incident, which is embodied in the police report, based upon what happened at this particular location. So he's bold enough to do that.
And it was at night. Again, he moving around demon time.
At night, correct.
And there was a question up top. They said, why did the police let him go? I have no clue.
Good question.
Why did they let him go?
There it is. Why did they let him go?
I still don't know that answer.
We don't have that answer. He's still on the move. And they haven't caught him yet. Still to this day, he moving. Well, we don't know where he at. Me and Boss, we and John, we were speculating maybe, if he from Africa, maybe he went back there. We don't know. Because they ain't caught him. They haven't caught him.
Yeah, I think he back over there across the water.
Right. And now y'all have to understand that just recently, and John, I know you have the video. Let's play the news clip of the update.
Okay. All right. Pull that up.
Miss Sweet said he gone back home.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. He's going back home.
Fire Mama said, wait a minute. Fire Mama hit with mine. Wait a minute. He's still out. Yeah, he's still out here. He's still running amongst us. Okay.
All right.
Yep, I'll pull it.
Let me see if I can go ahead and do this.
If you need me, I got it, John.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
All right.
You know, let's give them the update.
All right, so here we go.
Truly yours, you know, I just, she said the police do not care about Black women being taken out. And it's sad. That's so sad, man. We got to be careful, ladies. We got to be careful. And we got to watch out for each other. You know, so we going to give y'all the update. Because I mean, I definitely was expecting something different. Lena say too many missing. It is. It is. That's sad, man. And so we got to watch our movement, ladies. We have to.
Because according to the update, see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, I was about to say, is it freezing up on you?
Yeah. According to the update, see if I can get it. There we go.
We wanted to. You ain't got the clip.
Yeah, the clip that Boss is getting ready to share with us in regards to the update, we were able to map from the Link's apartments, and hence the title of tonight's live. You know, from the Link to the remains, it's not very far. You know, Sam Houston National Forest, according to his Google search, he was looking for someplace isolated, someplace deep, and someplace where no one would be able to find what he was about to plant.
Right.
So from his apartment complex here, according to the map, you can see it. It's not very far.
Right.
In fact, it's a little over an hour drive to take whatever he did in many different bags. Remember now, he made a double purchase of hefty bags.
Yes.
Okay. So he kept her at that apartment for quite some time. So now if you have decomp happening during the duration of the time he had her there, all he has to do is put a body part, and forgive me for saying that, but it is what it is, a body part from one bag into another bag. And some of these bags are scented. You know, you can buy the scent kind. So you can continue to hide that scent for as long as you need it. And in this case, this guy, you know, needed to find, according to his Google search, how to get away with murder, stuff regarding DNA, missing persons, etc., etc. You know, he's looking for a spot to drop her in.
Right.
So according to the update, now you've got the news saying that at Sam Houston National Forest, right up here, not very far away, right off of Route 45, connected from Interstate 10, you can get here in a short period of time and do what he did. Hence the flashlight, all the things that he needed. And if this is Felicia, then you guys exclusively tonight have the first sighting of how it was all done according to his route.
Right. Boss, you got the video. Will it play now for you?
Yeah. I'm just waiting on John to finish.
Okay.
No worries.
Okay. All right, bro. Go ahead. Shoot it.
may have been found.
And today, investigators tell us they were back out at a site in Montgomery County where remains were found earlier this week. Grace White joins us now with what she's learned. Grace?
Those remains in Montgomery County have still not officially been identified. The justice of the peace there told us tonight he was on scene Tuesday when skeletal remains were found, along with a trash bag that's now been collected as evidence.
I just saw a bunch of emergency vehicles. Most of them were unmarked.
Pieces of crime scene tape can still be seen not far from Katie Francis's house.
It's kind of creepy.
She lives at the edge of the Sam Houston National Forest.
Sometimes there's garbage bags where people dump stuff like that out, but oh gosh, it's probably been 30, 40 years since we heard of them finding anybody else up there.
But Tuesday afternoon, they may have found someone. From Drone 11, you can see the path off Highway 149 near Flamingo Lakes, where the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office says a TxDOT worker discovered human bone remains. The remains have not officially been connected to Felicia Johnson, the 24-year-old from San Diego who went missing on a birthday trip to Houston last April. But her father tells KCUE 11 police called him saying it could be her.
Some jewelry was on the body that was hers. We're just waiting for the dental records to, actually have the 1,000%.
Houston police have charged Chukwuebuka Nwobodo with Johnson's murder, but he's still on the run. According to his arrest warrant, Houston police say he ordered an Uber for Johnson after her ad appeared on an escort website hours before she disappeared. Detectives confirmed her phone and purse were found in Bear Creek Park, but there was no sign of Johnson. According to search warrants, investigators found a gun, knife, and shovel in Nwobodo's car. And in his arrest warrant, they detail very strong support of Johnson's DNA in his car. Police say Walmart receipts show Nwobodo took out money and purchased supplies that raised red flags like trash bags. Investigators also say his internet searches included most forested parts of Houston. Meantime, this father waits, not knowing if remains found in the Sam Houston National Forest are his daughters.
They wouldn't have notified me if they didn't think it was her. I believe it's her.
So, Grace, do we have any idea how long it will take to identify these remains that were found?
The justice of the peace told us tonight it could take some time, but they are working on this as fast as they can. The JP also says they were back out at the site today with cadaver dogs doing a grid search because of the weather that moved through this week. They want to make sure, Mia, that they did not miss anything.
That's sad. And we just showed y'all how far it is from the Link Apartments. He drove an hour. It was what, an hour? John, I don't have the exact time, but wasn't it like a little over an hour?
Yeah, it was about an hour and 3 minutes, give or take.
Yeah, that's sad. And you heard what he said. He seen the jewelry on the neck.
Yep.
So he knows his daughter.
Yep. And I'm gonna be honest with you. When Shia, and I know she in here, she was like, she sent me the message like 54 keys. You got to look at this. And the link that she sent me, it wasn't the interview with the father, but when I heard them speaking, and the detail that they gave was that they called her father. So my first thought was, if they called him, they know it's her.
Absolutely.
They know it's her. But I couldn't at that point, I'm like, well, how would they know? And then when Boss found this news clip, I was like, oh, jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
And now there was a picture that we had pulled up back here.
I believe it's not. We got the. It's matter of fact, here it is.
I'm wondering if she had on this nameplate. Y'all see that nameplate? It say Felicia.
Yep.
So I'm wondering if what they found was her nameplate with those remains.
I mean, the father said jewelry.
Yeah, jewelry.
I mean, you got to think about it. Any other piece of jewelry anybody could have had.
Absolutely.
Anybody could have a Felicia on their name, but that's missing that they've been looking for.
Right.
That man know.
They know it's her. I'm sure of it. But like I said, we can't, but because they haven't come out with a positive ID. But like I said, I feel like they would not have called him if they wasn't sure.
Right.
And that's why he said they got to wait on dental records but I believe it's her. And that's just my opinion. But and if I'm to go with that, I mean, Felicia has been found, y'all.
Yeah.
And this guy is still at large.
Mm-hmm. He's still out here.
Yep.
And if it is her, when they make the positive ID, we're gonna be waiting for it. But I'm glad they was able to bring her home.
Yeah.
Nothing worse, because I know I got a lot of parents. Me, John, and Boss, we're parents. I know I got a lot of parents in the chat. I couldn't imagine not knowing where my kid is.
Right.
Yeah.
And I will want my child dead or alive. I want him.
Yep.
So it was. This may be a sad ending. It's not what we hope for. But like I said, they haven't made a positive ID. But again, when you look at the detail of them calling the father, they know. I believe, and this, like I said, just my opinion. I believe they know it's her. But we gotta wait and see. We gotta wait. We definitely. Well, John, Boss, did y'all have anything else before we get to speak your piece? Because I would like to hear from some people in the chat who want to come up, and I'm hoping Eastmean is still in here because he sound like he's or him or her, because I don't know if it's a he or she, but sounds like that they're close to the family.
Right.
So I would definitely love to hear from them. But we're gonna drop the link in the chat. And if you want to come up, speak your piece, we want to hear you.
And we have the link in the chat right now. Those that want to come up.
Yeah. Like I said, I definitely want to hear from the people. When you come up, all I ask is that you be respectful, keep it short and sweet, minimize the cussing, because this is one of them things, had me back here cussing. Y'all know how I can get. Y'all know my mouth can get real bad. I was back here cussing. But like I said, it's just unfortunate because I'm hoping they found her. But like I said, Nwabado, he's still out here.
Yep. May not be in the States, but he's still running free.
He free. He's still free. Wherever he at, he free.
Yeah.
And this is just, let it be a lesson. I mean, this is like a sacrifice to save somebody else's life, man. Just if you know anybody that's living this type of life, man, just tell them about this story.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there are many other stories out here that is relatable, but it's dangerous out here, ladies. It's dangerous. It's a lot of people running around here on demon time. Please believe it.
Believe it. You better know it. We covering these cases all the time, and what's happening? They on demon time.
Absolutely.
Demon time.
Absolutely.
We got Miss Tasha Robinson. I'm gonna go ahead and bring Miss Robinson on up.
Yeah,
it's in the building.
Yes.
All right, let's bring up Miss Robinson to the panel.
Yes.
Turn your YouTube off.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Turn your YouTube
I
off
just
in the
had
back.
one comment, and my question is, if it were premeditated, why would he have gotten the money out the ATM if his intention were to kill her anyway?
I asked that same question. Yep, I did. And for all we know, it was a situation where he just wanted to show her, I got it. You know, some of these girls want to see the money up front before they make any moves. You know, maybe that was it. I don't know.
You know, I mean, maybe she probably want to see her money up front before
that makes sense. Now that makes sense. That's the only thing that I wasn't getting.
And that's what kind of had me on the fence, Miss Tasha, about whether or not this was planned. Because I'm like you, I'm like, well, he went and got the money.
Yep. Yep. Well, that was it. Thank you for giving me that insight, because that's the only thing that was driving me crazy.
We appreciate you, Ms. Robinson. Thank you,
We
Tasha.
appreciate you, Tasha. Have a good one, babe.
You too.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of them details. I'm like, well, why go get the money if you just was gonna hurt her, if you was gonna kill her?
I mean, I just feel like maybe she had to see it before she made that move. You know what I'm saying? I ain't getting in the car with you till you show me this money, bro.
Right.
And that could have been it. That could have been it, you know? And he had to prove that he had it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because let's be honest, some of these guys running around here ain't got no 500. You know what I mean? We talking about we about to come buy something. No, they ain't got that.
I gotta go.
And if they got it, they ain't got it for that. You know, so maybe she wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Right. And then again, you know, he could have gotten, you know, that arrangement could have been at a lower number.
Yeah.
And since it was her birthday, you know, week, or, you know, that weekend, you know, he enticed her with more money. You know, it could have been 300 according to the ATM pull that he did, because he pulled 300 and then pulled 200 more.
Right.
So, you know, it could have been, you know, 300 to start. And then, you know, obviously, you know, conversation between the two of them, her birthday, and she's out here or whatever, you know, she told him, enticed it more by him going to the ATM a second time to get the additional $200.
Right. And like, you know, I know me and Boss both have done videos on Felicia, and one of the things that I thought was, you know, ATMs have maximums.
Yeah.
You know, I've done where, you know, where I can only take out, let's say 300 was the max. So he took out 3 and then he had to turn around and take out 2. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I was thinking. Because what we found out in the police report was that the conversation was about 500. You understand what I mean? So to me, it just made sense. Like, well, maybe he went to the ATM and it was a max. 300 was the max. He grabbed that first and had to turn around and get 2 to make 5, you know? Just me Cat said, I ain't getting in nobody car. We driving separately just for this reason. That's right. Like, I'll meet you there. I'm getting in my own car. That's why it's important. Let me tell y'all something. That's why it's important. My grandmama used to tell me, as an adult, you should have 2 keys. One to the apartment or house or whatever, wherever you sleeping, and one to the car. Because when you should be able to move when it's time to move. Because if we getting Ubers, we on somebody else's time. You know, and I get it, you know, some life happens. I get it. You know, we've been without cars for a hot second. You know what I mean? I get it. But I wouldn't have jumped in no car, no Uber or nothing to go meet nobody. But that's just me. And I ain't knocking her, but you know, some of us don't move like that. Lena saying, I always have money for a ride home and a backup ride. Absolutely.
That's right.
Okay, she'll say she was desperate due to them not hiring her at the club. And here's the thing. I'm going to be honest with you, babe. At this point, and this is what me and John and them was going back and forth about. At this point, I don't even know if she was there. They ain't showed us no footage. You know, I mean, was she really there? I don't know. Because one of the things we looked up last night was there were strip clubs closer to that hotel. Cover Girls was what, about 40 minutes, almost 40 minutes away?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Tiff Tiff saying, at least bus fare. I feel you, man. I feel you. We got drama free back here.
We got drama free in the building.
Let's give her the flow.
Hey now.
Hey, Miss Drama.
Hey, how you guys doing? Missed you much.
Miss
I know we
Free,
missed
how are
y'all
you?
too.
What's up, Miss Drama Free?
Hey, how you doing, guys? Listen, this is insane.
Yes.
This is insane. I call off the rip. This guy he was planning this. I do think that he I don't think that he ever took it this far before. That's why you have him going to get supplies. But I do think, I'm wondering if, and this is, I always say, my mom always told me, if something doesn't feel right, you get
Right.
that little thing, that little feeling in the pit of your stomach. And I'm feeling like she may have got that, but it was too late when she did. And it was just too late. Number one, he sends an Uber for you. He's in total control. And these young girls, I got nieces that are in and around her age and even younger, some a little older. But these kids is out here and they doing them. And you can't tell them nothing. And it is scary. And I just think that she caught him when he was willing to go all the way. Like he raped the girl in the car, right? She
Right.
got away, but his MO was to go get the money to show you he got that money.
Absolutely.
Right? Because people want to see that money. Listen, I ain't coming all that way. You told about $500 and you ain't got that. I need to see where that money at, right? If that's what you're
Right.
Right,
planning on
Right.
doing,
Where that money
right?
at? Right.
She already got turned down at the strip club. So now she's not gonna come there and it'd be a total bust. She's trying to get something. Henceforth, that's why she went and made that profile after she was turned down at the strip club.
Mm.
Right? So just trying to
Right.
put it all together in my mental, I said she was like, I'm not gonna leave here and not have nothing. I ain't gonna lose. I done
Right.
spent money on this nice hotel. I done got turned down over there. I got to make something. $500 would do the trick,
Right.
right? And
Mhm.
just so happened it just didn't work out in your favor, baby. I'm so sorry
I'm sorry.
that it's terrible. It's terrible, and it's even more terrible that this man is on the loose. I do think, and I'm not trying to stay too long, guys, but I do think this may has been his first time going this far. That's why he didn't have the tools and things already, because he went further than what he normally goes. Not that this was his first rodeo with buying women and so forth, but I
Right.
do think that he got her out of that car and up in his place. And
Right.
maybe she tried to, maybe he tried to force himself, and maybe it wasn't supposed to be about sex. It was supposed to be about, we going to spend some time, and
Right.
you going to pay for that. And that's what this is going to be. It's unfortunate, and it's really, really bad. It saddens me. And I just want
Right.
all the women to know, we've all been in our 20s, ladies, but we got to do better. We got to
We
think
got to
about
do
these
better.
things because, yeah, everybody out here ain't playing.
Right. And one of the details that I want to let you know about too that I don't think we touched on was the fact that when they pulled him over,
Hmm.
they found a gun in the car. They found those receipts, and then they
Whoa.
found a shovel. A shovel
Mm.
was found in his car. Now, what the shovel wasn't on the receipt or nowhere, but that I mean, do
Right.
we all keep shovels? I ain't got no shovel. You know what I mean? But so I can't say for
Now I don't got
sure
no
this is
shovel
the
either.
first time. But we
Right.
do know that they found a gun in the car. What if when she got to Win Chase Apartments and jumped in the car with him, what if he held her at gunpoint?
This is
Like
true.
you said, what if she had that feeling? Like, okay, wait,
Eh,
something ain't right.
Right.
But now
Right.
he
And
got a
he's like, get in the
gun.
car.
Absolutely.
Right.
Now she's stuck.
Now
She's
she's
stuck
stuck.
in there now.
And that Uber is only going to record where he went to. That's why he had her go to his where he used to live, because this is something that's premeditated. He knew that at least he was going to rape her. To
Right.
me, that's what I feel. It may not, it may have gone further than he wanted it to go, because why would he also look up how to become a serial killer if he ever went that far before?
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? And it's so many variables there, but he could have got her there because he was already there waiting, guys. He was
Yeah.
waiting.
Yeah.
So
Waiting
he
for it.
probably had that gun. She look, and he like, get in the car. You gonna get in that car because now you don't want to get shot, and she don't know where
Absolutely.
she is,
Yep.
right?
And she's by herself.
She's
Mhm.
by herself.
Yeah.
She's by herself.
Yeah.
This is just it's terrible. It's
And one of the
terrible.
other things that stood out to me, and I was asking the guys last night, I'm like, well, I
Hmm.
don't know, because they didn't tell us exactly what the ad said. But one of the things that I pointed out to John and them, and I'm like, when we out of town, and I gave them the story. I went out of town, and we down in
Right.
Florida, and this guy, like, hey, trying to get on with me, right? And I'm
Hmm.
like, yeah, I'm from Cincinnati. And my pops was like, don't you ever tell nobody you from out of town. I didn't
Right.
know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm being friendly. So
Right.
what if in
Right.
her ad it was something about her not being from there? You know,
Right. Yeah. He got a cold.
he saw
You
opportunity.
know. Yeah. She young. She 24. More than likely, she said, "I'm gonna have this good old time, and I'm gonna get on back." And it just didn't. It's just we just gotta do better. We gotta do
Dude,
better, and it's so sad. And oh, wow. And I
yeah,
just want closure for that family.
me too.
Um, and another thing, they know when they contacted their dad, they already know.
Yeah,
They just waiting on the dental records, but to be for sure to drop it to the media, but they already know what's going on. Hmm.
Right.
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 They
Because
know.
we still don't know.
Excuse me.
According to the latest update, we don't know what remains they found.
Right.
Right. That
You
Right.
too.
know, however, by the
Hmm.
father indicating that there was jewelry
Mm.
Yeah.
gives us maybe a little bit of an idea as to
Yeah.
what they did find.
Yeah.
Right.
Because, with the tools that were used in this case,
Yeah.
we have a hand saw, we have a
Yeah.
power saw.
Hmm.
This guy could have, done her up in a number of different
A number of
ways
ways. Right.
and, scattered her, you know,
Yeah.
various different ways so that this way, he would make sure that, if they found something here, it wouldn't be
Something there.
identified, or
Right.
here,
Right.
and it wouldn't be identified right away. I think his mistake is the fact that if he did leave evidence that had jewelry on it, it's going to tell a lot,
Mm-hmm.
as it
Yeah.
may tell us in a short period of time right now if this is Felicia.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
it's another thing to keep in mind too before I go. When you're buying any kind of saws or anything from Home Depot, and I know this because my sister's husband, he does home improvement.
Right.
You can't buy a whole bunch of saws and all of these things at the same time. And I think that's why he spread it out. That's why
Right.
he came back, he went again, because it's certain things that you can't buy all together. It has to be at different times.
Yeah.
Right.
So
That was
he
one of
may
the
have done that on purpose.
Right. That was one of the things I was telling the boss. I said I couldn't have been the worker at Walmart. Like, wait. Because see, I would have been the one like, what you need these bags for? Why you got this?
Right.
What you
Hmm.
need this for? Like,
You got a
I
reciprocating
would have
saw. You
alerted
got this
somebody.
saw.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like he up
And
to
they're
something.
supposed to.
You know.
Right. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
It's
He
so
broke it
true.
up. He broke it
He
up.
broke it up on purpose. So it's something
You
that
think
he
about it,
knows somebody made him aware of. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
right. You
My
think about it.
goodness.
Trash bags,
Yeah.
Right.
gloves,
Yeah.
two different
Flashlight.
types saws,
Yeah.
flashlight.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
Mm-mm.
it kind of spells okay.
Oh, what are you doing, sir?
Right.
Okay, what are
Like,
you
what you
doing?
up to? What you
Exactly.
on? Yeah,
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
that's right.
Sure
That's
do.
right. And
Exactly.
Sure
there
do.
was another thing that Boss had brought up too was the fact that this is happening during the pandemic. So a lot of places aren't
Right.
open 24 hours like they normally would be. Because I mean, I can't speak for Houston area, but I know like here in Cincinnati, it was shut down. You know, they weren't open long, which is probably why you wait till 8 in the morning to start going out buying stuff. You know, it's just I don't know. It's like I said, it's a sad situation, and I feel like he was trying to cover his ass. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's no way that they can track this man. Like, I understand it's been a very long time, but there's no way to track this man. Like, he doesn't work anywhere. You know, the car registration, there's nothing that they can do to track this man.
That's the same
This
way
is,
I see it.
it's so many things. He has a car, it has license plates, it's registered.
Right.
He used to live in he left. When did he leave this apartment? And when he did, what, like, there's nothing. Airports, cell phones, there's so many different things that you can track a person by.
Right.
What's going on there?
Right.
I want to know too. That's what I said. Flight information, anything.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't give us nothing. We have nothing. And like I said,
purchasing tickets.
Yep.
Yeah. You need a card or something. You can't purchase some tickets in cash.
Right.
Card. You know what cards? What debit cards? Did they give up? Did they just stop looking?
Right.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I said. And the only reason why I brought that up was the fact that police questioned him. They pulled him over on Westheimer Road.
Absolutely.
And let him go. And let him go.
And let him go. And that's what we were talking about last night. You know, why did they let him go?
Right.
You know, he gave them some kind of a song and dance about, you know, a previous incident with a female maybe, and they just didn't think twice about it.
Right.
They let him go. They let him go. And I'm thinking, is there a breakdown in the with the law enforcement there as to the reason why they let him go? What was their reason for letting him go? That's not a part of the police report, though.
Right.
It's not.
It's a crucial detail, because here's a guy, they had all this information according to the timeline.
Right.
They knew this girl was missing.
Right.
They connected all the information to him. They get him, and then they let him go.
Let him go. Oh,
I don't
let him go.
That.
Yep.
I don't get it. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
But that's what makes me think like they're not tying. You know, I don't ever think that he went this far before, because if it was anything remotely close to that, right?
Right.
I just think that it would have been different. And I think he was able to get away. But, you know, karma, you can't get away from karma. You can't get away from karma. It's just a matter of time.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. Well, guys, thank you so much. You guys always put on the show, honey. Oh, you got my mind. You got my mind working.
Yeah, we love you, drama. You always in the building. You always riding, baby.
Yes, yes, and I will continue. Thank you, guys. You have a great weekend, and I'm going to continue to listen on. Okay.
Okay. All right. We appreciate you coming up.
Thank you, Ms. Drama.
Thank you. All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
You know, like I said, it's a sad situation, you know, and I hate that her last chapter of life ended this way.
Yeah.
You know, but we can't forget about her. We can't forget her. She was human, you know. She's still a person. It don't, regardless of how she was out here living, regardless of what she was doing, it didn't deserve. She did not deserve to lose her life in this manner.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yep.
He's a coward. Always will be a coward.
I read one comment. They said a red flag was wait a minute, who said that? She was talking about not being able to pronounce. Oh, she said, I'm not meeting a man whose name I can't spell or pronounce.
And more or less say it, right?
You know what I mean? I was calling him CN because I still can't pronounce it. But I do know his last name is pronounced Nawabado. That's how he was pronouncing it on the news. That's where I got it from, you know. Yeah. But yeah, it's a sad situation, you know, and again, I'm gonna tell my ladies, we got to be careful out here. We have to be, and we get lonely sometimes. So we resort to these, chat rooms and online dating, and they promoting it on TV. We see it all the time for singles, but there's a downside to that. If you meet the wrong one,
Yeah.
and that
That's
night
right.
she met the wrong one.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Unfortunately. Yep.
Unfortunately, she met the wrong one. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap up. Like I said, we appreciate y'all coming out. I seen my
Absolutely.
riders in the building. I seen my smoke sisters in the building. It's always, good energy. And that's what we want. And every now and again, we have some people come through here that don't know how to act. Don't know how to act. It's okay. We forgive them. You know what I mean? We forgive them.
They can't
But
help it.
they can't help it. Bless their hearts.
It makes no sense.
Thought you play too much. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get on up out of here, y'all. And Boss John, is it anything y'all want to say to the riders before we get up out of here?
Stay tuned. We coming back again. And again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and keep riding with us.
Yeah, we got more.
We're nothing without y'all, man. So I want to thank y'all.
Yeah, definitely. And I know that right now I am working on having Mr. David Robinson from the Daniel Robinson case, 25-year-old that went missing out of Buckeye, Arizona, a field geologist, went missing on June 23rd of 2021.
Right.
And we have had links, phone hookup. In fact, we spoke with him last night, and we're just ready to confirm him being on the roundtable to tell his story.
Right.
About his missing son, Daniel, that's been missing for nearly 20 months now. He's been out in Buckeye, Arizona, relocated from South Carolina to go out to Buckeye, Arizona to look for his son.
Right.
And for those that don't know a little bit of the background of the story, I have that on my channel. I've done interviews with Mr. Robinson, and he is fighting law enforcement, to a degree to where they just don't want to do anything to try to help him find his son.
Right.
So
and we want to bring it. Yeah, we want to bring him to the roundtable.
We have invited him to the roundtable, and so far he said yes for a Tuesday night roundtable. We're just looking for confirmation because of his schedule. Once we have that, we will post that on the community bulletin board on 54 Keys' channel, Boss Blake's channel, and my channel to let you know that we will be having that live this Tuesday night at 10 p.m. because he's in Arizona, so it's a 2-hour difference. It'll be 8 p.m. there. So look forward to an upcoming quick roundtable. And I also wanted to mention too, we've been keeping our eye on the Orson and Orrin West case out of California City, California, missing boys that went missing on December 2020 from their adoptive parents. We have been following that case. They are preparing for trial. They did have a pretrial motion to get a schedule set in place, which is to take place March 1st. So we're going to be following that case as well. So we're going to a lot to look forward to.
Right. And also we want y'all to know that one of the things that we want to start doing is going live every week, once a week. Because sometimes when we gone a long time, we start getting comments and emails, and they're like, what y'all doing? So we want to make sure that every week we touching on something, and so that's the plan, and that's what we're doing, and we just hope that y'all come and support, because a lot of our people are missing out here. They're being killed at an alarming rate.
Yeah.
And it needs to be addressed.
We had one more question that I just seen. December Baby wanted us to respond to, And it is since this has taken place last year, do y'all think he went back to his hometown since he wasn't from the state?
And we
I
thought
would
that.
think so.
Yeah, we thought that. We
Yep.
definitely thought that.
Yep.
You know, if he had a passport out of a foreign origin, let's just say, you know, with a name like Nwobadu,
Right.
Chewbacca, whatever, you know, you would think, you know, that would be a name out of a foreign origin.
Right.
Yep.
And news and shenanigans, we definitely haven't forgot about them too. Please believe that.
Yeah,
Right.
you
That's
know
right.
that. You know
Yep.
that. So we're
So
on those
yeah.
cases.
So yeah, just stay tuned. You know, we coming. We still working behind the scenes, man. And I'm telling you, we need y'all. We appreciate y'all riding with us. We look
Absolutely.
forward to this, you know. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get on up out of here. Like I said, we appreciate, you know, all y'all coming to support the roundtable and me, Boss, and John, because we go hard behind the scenes, you know. So like I said, we about to get on up out of here, and much love to the chat. Y'all kept it tight, you know. Much love to my night riders.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna get on up out of here, baby.
Much love.
Y'all be easy.
Yes.
Love.
We ride.